Council, the genesis of this request is as a follow-through from today's Board of Elections special meeting that they had. I was asked to attend. Council President Callahan was also able to attend and witness some of the some of the items we saw today, which to me are personally very concerning. I feel like there's certain aspects of election law that are trying to be skirted here from both an elections director for Talbot County, as well as the majority of members of our Talbot County Elections Board. So my request here is quite simple. It's just it would just be a reminder to or to send a letter expressing that to both our our director of elections as well as our elections department, our elections board here in Talbot County, that we remind them to make sure they're following election law, specifically items 10-201 and 10-202, both of which are reflective of the balance of partisan judges, both Republican and Democrat in our polling places, and then. Yeah, we just want to, I'd like to also express in there that the genesis of this letter is that we've received numerous citizens' concerns. I've received numerous citizen concerns of this imbalance. So I'd like to just basically send a letter again to this elections director here in Talbot County, as well as the Talbot County Board of Elections, just reminding them to make sure they're paying attention to election law as we are in this election cycle.
Okay, that sounds great. And like Mr. Stepp said, I was there this morning, and it was concerning. The board and the director obviously weren't connecting too well, and it was concerning. And like Dave said, at the end of the day, they're not following the law at the end of the day.
So we're being asked to intervene between the board and the director?
Not just intervene. It's basically a notice of citizen concern here in Talbot County. So I'd like to represent our citizens well and send that letter to those who I've mentioned, to remind them that they are under oath to uphold the state election law. So that would be what I would like to do.
What was the action of the election board today?
Well, there was a motion made. If we want to get into the details here, there was a motion made to send a letter to the to the citizens of Talbot County about the compliance within 10-201 and 10-202. Only one board member had voted yes. I mean, it was a lackluster second of a motion, or a second motion, but once it made it to a vote, they decided to not do that. So my biggest concern here is that it's not a transparent process. The breakdown of election judges currently, there's 123 judges to be named here in Talbot County. Currently there's 62 Democrat judges, 50 Republican judges, and 11 unaffiliated. So the makeup of the two primary parties is not even at this moment. We'd like to make sure that, again, especially in 10-201, where that's called out, that we make sure that that is where it needs to be. 10-202 calls out election judges that are outside of the county, which is allowable in certain situations. But we have a situation here in Talbot County where there are folks from the underrepresented party who are waiting to be called on as election judges, and those calls are not being returned. They're being told that they're being asked to, or they're being kept on file for the 2026 election. So why are we waiting 2 years when we have a stack of applicants who are ready and willing to serve right now?
So the Board of Elections, with the information that they have and the expertise that they have in this area, didn't feel the need to take action.
I only witnessed one board member who even represents this as being an actual concern, which it's very black and white. If you read 10-201 and 10-202, it's a requirement by Maryland election law, and I feel like that process is just trying to be circumvented for a myriad of reasons.
Well, I understand your concern. That's a serious allegation, and but I'm not sure that I could substitute my lower level of expertise here for the judgment and command of the data that the Board of Elections has to take action. And I'm not sure exactly what we would accomplish by doing so.
Well, it's for them to take action, right? So we have to uphold our duty and our oath to represent our citizens, right, and protect protect their rights and freedoms, as well as follow the laws of Maryland. So I don't think this is asking a very much or as a very heavy lift. It's a simple letter reminding both our elections board as well as our elections director to make sure they're following state law. If we have a problem with that, I think there's a much larger problem at hand here, and we wouldn't be representing our citizens according to our oath. So with that, I'll make that as a motion that we send such letter as discussed.
Mhm.
So there's a motion.
I have a question.
Okay.
Sure.
So,
Yep.
in regards to the letter, I guess the concern that I have is that the citizens, typically when we get information to propose some type of letter, first and foremost, we normally have the draft before us so that we can review it before signing, our name individually on the letters. And then second, the constituents typically, if it's something that they have a concern about, would normally send it to all 5 of us, either be it together as the full council or as individuals. And so for me, in full transparency and honesty, upholding the oath of the Word of God that I put my hand on, I cannot sign on to a letter that I haven't received any type of information regarding this going on or any constituent complaint. However, if there are constituents that have seen this behavior, I do think that they should send that information at least to council staff, the secretary, so that we have a record, that documents these complaints, because normally we put them all together and we are privy to the constituent complaints, and we have it for us to see. So full disclosure and transparency with that would be great.
I can certainly speak to that, and obviously the reason that this is being brought up as an agenda item today, right, is because we don't meet again until another several weeks here, and with the elections just be getting ready to getting ready to start here in 1 month in person, I want to make sure we get that letter over and give our Board of Elections time to address that. So that way they can get folks trained sufficiently and everything, and that's why I'm making a very specific motion for a very specific action in this letter. I believe it's very timely that we do, or that we do this, because if we miss the opportunity today, I feel like it's going to be a totally missed opportunity. Again, that's why the motion is very specific, asking for just those 2 items. Number 1, we receive citizen concerns. Number 2, we're asking you to follow election law, and specifically 10-201 and 10-202. I don't want there to be I feel there needs to be no other information in that letter other than those 2 points, and that's what the letter should be.
But what council members have received the citizens' concern? Is it the full council?
I know I have. I was there today and witnessed it myself, and as a
Right.
voter, I feel, like we have some very serious concerns. Again, Councilmember Callahan was
Right.
there as well.
Right.
Witnessed this too, so I believe this letter needs to be sent sooner than later.
What's the recommendation of our county attorney? Do you have any recommendation? I know you're just getting this as well, but is there any recommendation?
I'm just getting this as well. I mean, I don't see an issue with the letter to indicate council members have received these citizens' concerns and wish to express them to the board.
Well, that's exactly what I was getting ready to say. Witnessing what was going on this morning was concerning. Okay, there's one thing us 5 don't want to do is meddle into an election. That's not what we're here for.
I think
Okay,
that's what you're doing.
I don't think so
it's
at
the
all.
exact opposite. I think it's preventing
Absolutely
meddling in
not.
an election.
Absolutely not. And that is absolutely not. I'm just concerned. I'm sitting here as president, and it was very, very concerning to me. And all we're doing is giving our concerns with a letter. That's all we're doing.
Who oversees the election board? Is that a state or local?
They're
Oversight.
They are appointed by the state.
State oversight.
Mm-hmm.
So what would be the proper order, Patrick, in that? Is this more of a Attorney General issue? Is this a council matter? I mean, definitely, yeah, local elections.
Sure.
Could we bring, invite Tammy in?
I would personally love to have that in
Or
an
the
open, in an
executive
open
director.
session. But again,
Something of
in
those
order
nature.
in order to get something rolling in that meantime, and to allow her and the board to make, law-abiding decisions regarding this upcoming election, I believe we need to act today. I believe we do not have time to do that otherwise.
I don't see any harm within that letter saying we would like to see her right here and ask her questions. I don't see any problem with that.
I don't either. I mean, if you'd like to make that as a addition to the motion, I'd be fine with adding that as a third item in the letter.
I don't feel like I've got enough information to be able to act on this tonight.
And I think it's, with all due respect to the two councilmen, I think it's sort of based on hearsay and interpretation of what they saw and
This is
heard.
no hearsay.
Yeah, no hearsay. I was
No
there.
hearsay.
And,
Was there.
and you're tainting the public's view of this election. So I agree with,
So we just don't bring it up at all then, right?
no, we don't bring it up in the letter. We have other options.
So
I think.
it's my duty to just go through this meeting
I'm not
this
going to get
morning.
into a debate with you.
No, I'm just
Mr.
telling you,
President.
I'm just asking you. So what you're saying is that I went to a meeting and it was concerning to me as president of the council with this election, and I don't say anything. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm
Well,
not.
say what you, repeat what you said.
I'm not going to get into a debate with you.
Okay,
It's
that's
hearsay,
fine.
and that's it.
It wasn't hearsay,
Is there a motion on the table?
There is
Is
a
there-
motion on the table.
and I'll second it.
I'll offer a substitute motion that the matter be moved to the table.
Second?
Move to the table. Help me understand that.
That would allow us, that would table the matter for this meeting, allow us time to educate ourselves on this, and dispense with the matter for the time being.
We're just saying that we need more information and more of an investigation before we take it.
No, I understand that.
That's where we're coming from.
I understand that. Okay,
Well,
but don't tell me that it's hearsay, because I'm hearing, okay? Because
Right.
that
It
makes,
is here
that just,
It's hearsay because we weren't there. You were there. That doesn't mean,
so I'm not debating you, but
hearsay.
what I'm telling you,
I'm
you
sorry.
feel like what I'm telling you, you don't believe.
I'm saying it's hearsay. That doesn't, hearsay does not imply
Okay, I
that it's
understand.
not believable.
Okay, we'll move on.
Mr. Council President,
Yeah.
if I could, I know we have several members in the audience who were there in addition today. I'm not sure if they are registered to speak at public comment, but I'm sure it would be beneficial for council to hear any comment that they may have later today. So I'll adjust my motion to move
Okay.
this item
Okay,
to after public comment, if that's possible. To move the agenda item once more within our agenda today. Procedurally, is that possible?
I feel like we should vote on, but
Well, so you have a
Both
motion
motions.
that's been seconded, and then you
yeah.
have a substitute
Yes.
motion
Yeah.
that's been
I
seconded.
Yeah.
think we need to roll call.
yeah,
For transparency
Yeah,
and clarity,
I
we
think-
need to
yeah,
do,
we need to.
yes, decency and in order.
So we got a motion seconded. So
What
right
do we-
now, we got a
What are
motion.
we voting
Which
on?
one?
Right now, we've got a motion on the floor
From Dave.
And a second.
from you
To send the letter.
to send the
That's the first
letter.
thing we're voting on.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the
Okay.
first thing we're gonna vote on. Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Mr. Callahan?
Aye.
Mr. Stepp?
Aye.
Mr. Lesher?
Nay.
Ms. Milky?
Nay.
Ms. Hayes?
Nay.
Okay.
Okay, so now we've got another motion on the floor.
I think the second motion is moot.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
But you gotta withdraw it, right?
No.
What do you have to
I'll-
withdraw the motion?
I'll withdraw the substitute
Right,
motion.
exactly, yeah, I got you.
We already made the motion and the
Okay.
second, so that's
All right.
roll call or withdrawal.
Okay, so, all right, we're gonna go ahead and move on.